Hello everyone, it's Magic here, and today I'm gonna recreate this photo. It's a photo by one of my favorite photographers of all times, wedding photographers, Jeff Newsom. He shot this in 2013, so almost 10 years ago, which is crazy. And ever since I saw this picture, I knew exactly how he did that, and I wanted to recreate that, but I just had no occasion. I met Jeff at his workshop then later on in 2015, and he confirmed like the technique that he used in this picture. So let me show you how to do it, and I'm actually gonna take a photo of me and my wife. So it's gonna be a self-portrait of two of us in this kind of vibe. So I actually needed to move all of my furniture from my living room to get like a full white wall. Unfortunately, I do not have any kind of, textured wall like in this picture, so I'm gonna just use white wall for this. And then we do need like 3 flash units actually, or 3 lights basically. Could be constant lights, but 3 flashes is what Jeff also used for this picture. So I have 3 Profoto A1 units. There's like 1 A1X and 2 A10 units. And I need to be able to trigger them remotely, so I need to have a remote as well for my camera. We also need 3 gels basically. So we need to gel these flashes in order to get 3 different colors. So we need red, green, and blue, RGB, because when we mix them together, they're going to create sort of a white color in the middle, but everywhere when there's going to be a shadow or something like that, the shadow is going to have a different color. So I do have like this magnetic gels for my flashes. I'm going to put them on, and then I just need to position these flash units like in like 3 kind of like separate angled positions. So I started actually with having like a blue light on one side of the frame, on the right side of the frame, and then the red and green on the left side of the frame closer to each other. And then I shot a bunch of test shots on my wife. But then I thought it's going to be probably more beneficial to keep 3 flashes on the same side. So I actually moved the blue light from the right side of the frame to the left side of the frame. Then I needed to kill all the ambient light. I don't need ambient light in this photo. They will just ruin my photo. So I only need these 3 flash lights. By the way, this video is sponsored by me, Magic Wedding Photographer. Go to my education website and check my Flash Magic course. Over 2 hours of video content on how to master 1 flash techniques that I use for my wedding photography. Like until tomorrow, it's still on the launch sale, so you can save 20%. You can also check out my presets, which I'm going to use to edit this photo. So after positioning these units, I fired a couple more test shots, and then me and my wife just stood on that wall. I triggered the camera remotely from my phone. We tried like a couple different positions, ended up like with my favorite one, us looking at each other, and bam, this is the final result. So as you can see in the middle of that photo, when all of 3 lights meet, like the light is kind of neutral white, but everywhere like one light is blocked by something and other is not, you'll get this different colors of the shadows. So this is pretty cool. You can see also like different colors on 2 sides of the frame. But what you're seeing is like a raw photo. Let me just edit this, like fix these colors a little bit. Like white balance went crazy on this one. Like with 3 different colors, it's hard to predict the white balance. So we're gonna fix this now in post and add some flavor to it. All right, so this is my favorite photo of these. So first I'm gonna just apply my Magic Cadabra color preset. Then I'm gonna take the exposure down a little bit. So I'm going exposure -65, maybe even slight more. And now like actually these colors on the faces are pretty much there. Like mine is more tinted towards magenta. My wife's is more towards green. I might just play with that tint to see it's going to be better. I think it's going to be better slightly towards the magenta, or I can also fix them individually. Maybe I'm going to do that. So I'm going to first add some more magenta to my wife's face. And then I'm going to click here on the new mask. I'm going to add myself, which is a person number 2, magic, entire person, create mask. And I'm going to move the tint toward green, so our faces are matching colors. That's cool. Okay. Close, that's done. I also want the full background to be darker, so I'm also going to use this. I'm going to add 1 more mask. I'm going to select the subject, and I'm going to invert the mask. And I'm going to take slight exposure down and highlights. That's working. I can see our wall is not that clean. I'm going to clear it up in a second. But first, I'm just going to end up with like the final result. That's cool. Then I'm gonna add two things. I'm gonna add the noise. Like I think this image kind of requires noise, and I'm gonna add the fade, more fade, like actually the max amount of fade, just to give that faded 2013 look to the photo. Maybe slightly less vibrant colors, like kind of washed out slightly. Too much, yep. And now I'm just gonna use the clone tool just to fix these little ones here. Bam, 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 bam. And on this side too, actually. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, a couple more here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. Ta-da! Wait, I'm actually thinking that I would love this not to be pink. I want this to be red and this to be green, so I'm just gonna change the white balance, make some tweaks to it. Yep. Yep, now it just looks better. So I'm gonna start with this, and then I'm gonna fix the white balance on our faces. I think this is closer to the Jeff Newsom version. I do think that he used like more concentrated beam, because in his photo, like the colors were only affecting like the couple in the shadows, but also his wall was not white. So there's like a couple different stuff, but yeah. So this, and I'm gonna create one more mask. These masks are super helpful these days. I'm gonna create this mask just to fix white balance on our faces so we're not that green. And bam, something like this. Too green, not enough green. Slightly brighter. Warmer, warmer, warmer. This is it. Perfect. I'm happy. Ta-da! Beautiful. This is it. This is the final photo. So all you need is 3 flashes and like 3 gels, or just 3 like RGB lights. You can try with that as well. I do think that these days, like all of us like have like tons of these RGB lights. So you can definitely play around with that technique. Huge shout out to Jeff Newsom for the inspiration. And yeah, make sure to check out my education website, and I see you guys in the next video.